How
Okay.
are you?
Wonderful. How are you?
Good. We're okay. So, what's your status in COVID? Are you completely isolated? Are you moderately? Are you, tell me.
I'm pretty much doing whatever. Wear masks and stuff when we go out, but
So, tell everybody what you do for fun if you're not working or taking care of your family.
love to cook, grill outside for the family, I guess, a lot of it. We make it up to the lake occasionally. Just putting everything into the kids right now. They'll be going here in 3 years, so one of them this year, one of them or next year, I guess.
So, what do you do for a career, for a job?
I am a accountant now, working with company Southwest Little Rock. Been working from home since March.
And how's it been when you're working at home and you've got the kids and your wife, is she at home all the time now too, or?
She's a high school counselor. She's been back for about a month, I guess. So I'm at home by myself now.
Okay, so tell us about your journey musically, spiritually, historically, in like 30 seconds or less.
30 seconds less. Son of a Methodist pastor, so moved all around the state growing up. Things were going on at the church, always there with children's choirs and stuff. Musically, had a children's choir teacher sat me down. She named Molly Cozart. She was actually here at Western. Dad was pastor at Western Hills, down southwest Little Rock, over by ULR, and she sat me down the piano about second or third grade, I think, and plunked out the keys and said, "Sing this, sing this, sing this," because she heard me and I was probably not very good, third grade, But then went on and sang in church choirs, youth choirs. Wonderful teacher in DeQueen, was choir teacher and teacher at our director at the church also. So then went on to Hendrix and bugged Nancy Fleming until she let me in. There was some band along the way too. Learned some.
What'd you play?
Started out with trumpet, switched to baritone. Was a fill-in played a whole bunch of different parts on that low brass instrument, as Kyle knows, I'm sure. So yeah.
And have you always gone to St. James as long as you've been on Little Rock?
Pretty much. I've visited other churches. I lived in North Little Rock for a while and did First Church over there. And
how long's it been at St. James?
Since 97.
Okay, you're considered an old timer then. Do you have a favorite verse or a passage or maybe a whole book of scripture that you love?
Isaiah 41. Don't be afraid. Do not be afraid, for I'm with you. That's one of my favorites, I guess.
So when everything opens up, what are you most looking forward to?
Getting back, seeing the folks that we love to see, and the choir and the going through the church and being there. I'm fortunate to be a little bit involved still with scouting, and we've got that opened up and running on a very limited basis, and so I love that, and have been in the building a few times.
Tell us about your involvement in scouting, because I know that's a really big, important part of your life.
Well, my son showed interest in the first. I unfortunately, when we moved as a child, they didn't have moved from one town to another. The new town didn't have a scouting program close to in town at all, I don't think, at the time. So I was not an Eagle Scout. My father was, my little brother was, but I got skipped over with that. But my son showed interest as a youngster, and so we all thought it was a great thing, and got him in there. And when he was in first grade, and spent the whole time with him there, and kind of ran things. When he got to the older end, it was kind of succession. Whoever's showed interest would take over as the head guy, Cub Master at the time, and then we moved to Boy Scouts, and I tried to not do anything, but then Tony Cooper son was aging out and got his Eagle Scout. And so he said, it's your turn as charter org rep, which just I don't have to do as much as I just try and coordinate things with the church, between the church and the Scouts. So it's not that big a deal. And Logan will officially get his Eagle at a board review next Thursday on the 10th. So he will be done.
If you had all the resources and time in the world and power, what would you do?
After I got tired of playing all the golf I could, maybe. My kids and wife got to go on the last mission trip to the Dominican Republic, and I wasn't able to go, but just loved it. So if I could become a youth pastor to help, like I try and do, help Chris Johnson out all the time, I would probably do that and tag along and do what I could. Yeah, showing youth different cultures and helping and doing and serving others, I really think is one reason I do scouting. So.
Well, give a hug to your whole family. It's been so fun to talk to you.
Thank you, Kira.
All right, talk to you later.
All right. Bye.